porter took just one glance at the girl's hand and immediately realized her finger was broken. He quickly snatched the ice cream from a little boy's hand, devoured it in seconds, then used the stick to stabilize the girl's finger. Next, he removed the girl's hair tie and fashioned a makeshift splint. The porter's name was Leo. He jokingly asked the girl for a medical fee. The girl was completely shocked and said, "I never asked you to treat me." Just then, the girl's father arrived on the scene and took her away. Before leaving, Leo urged them to take the girl to the hospital immediately. Soon, the girl and her father arrived at the hospital. When the doctor saw the temporary splint on the girl's finger, he couldn't help but exclaim that if they had arrived even a minute later, the girl's finger would have suffered irreversible damage. The doctor immediately arranged for the girl to get a CT scan to further assess the severity of the fracture. While waiting for the results, the girl heard a familiar voice. It was Leo. The girl's father was about to thank Leo, but he suddenly began coughing violently. Leo sensed something was wrong and reached out to examine the man's chest, but the man pushed his hand away, insisting he was fine. Before long, however, the girl noticed her father's coughing was getting worse, and he was even having trouble breathing. She wanted to find a doctor to check on him, but a major accident had just occurred in town, and the hospital was suddenly flooded with casualties. The doctors were all swamped. The girl cried out for help, worried about her father's safety, but no one stopped. Just then, a kind-hearted doctor stepped forward to help, but she was immediately called away to handle another emergency. Before leaving, she instructed a colleague to arrange a CT scan for the man. Leo, still concerned, followed along. But in the elevator, the girl's father suddenly collapsed. Leo and the doctor quickly carried him out of the elevator. The doctor rushed off to get emergency equipment while Leo placed his hand on the man's chest. In his mind, a three-dimensional image of the man's heart appeared. He suddenly realized the heart had stopped beating. The doctor prepared to intubate the man and connect him to a ventilator, but Leo insisted she check the man's heart first. The doctor ignored him, so Leo forcibly moved the ventilator aside and demanded she examine the patient's heart. Reluctantly, the doctor performed the check and confirmed the patient's heart had indeed stopped. Leo immediately called for a nurse to bring a defibrillator. After one shock, the girl's father's heart resumed beating, but the danger hadn't passed. The man urgently needed surgery. Soon, all the necessary surgical instruments were ready. However, because of the major accident that had occurred earlier, they couldn't find a surgeon to perform the operation. The operating room nurse anxiously warned that if surgery wasn't performed immediately, the girl's father wouldn't survive. Hearing this, tears instantly welled up in the girl's eyes. She knew only Leo could save her father's life, but she also understood that if Leo performed the surgery himself, his medical career would be completely over. Just as Leo was about to turn and leave, the girl grabbed his hand tightly. She pulled out a small coin and placed it in Leo's palm. Though tiny, the coin carried all of the girl's hope. Seeing the girl's pleading and desperate gaze, Leo made up his mind that no matter the consequences, he would do everything in his power to save the girl's father's life.